everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Trading Post. You know, it's me and the main star of the show, good old Noodle. Tell him, Noodle, what are we going to be talking about today, brother? Huh? We're going to be talking about Fred Files, Episode 9, The Bladenboro Beast. I hope you guys are ready for this one. It's very interesting. I know I say this for every episode, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's interesting. It's very interesting. A lot of mystery in this one. You know, history to it. You know, this stretches a ways back. You know, so let's. What's wrong, man? You getting antsy? Huh? What's the problem? What it is? What's going on? Huh? Yeah. Tell them. Tell them out there. Tell them what's going on. We're going to have a good episode, ain't we, buddy? Yeah? That's right. Noodle knows. Yeah, he's telling you. Stay tuned, you guys. You know, we're gonna go ahead and get into this here shortly. All right? So y'all, strap in. Get ready, because it's going to be a wild ride. All right. I'll be right back. I got to put him up. All right, y'all, I'm back. All right. As I said prior to this, me and Noodle was telling you, this is Fred Files, Episode 9, The Beast of Bladenboro, or, as it's called as well, The Vampire Beast. All right, you guys. I never really knew much about this. I recently heard about this. And I'm like, well, I don't know what this is. Let's check it out. So, you know, I did a little research. I actually seen a show that was doing some stuff on it. It was on the History Channel. And prior to me getting on here, you'll see a picture of what they showed is what they thought the Bladenboro Beast looked like, or according to what evidence they figured out. But anyways, long story short, let's get into this. Okay, you guys? It's mysterious. As far as I can tell, I really don't think they can precisely pinpoint what this is. Okay? And that's the mystery of it. I mean, there's a possibility it could be something. You know, we just haven't figured it out yet. But anyways, let's get started, okay? I'm going to do some of the older encounters and the things of that sort, and then we'll go up, work our way up to the modern day encounters, okay, the more recent ones. And we're going to talk about those instances and what had happened as best I can explain, okay? If there's anything you guys want to, if there's anything that I'm leaving out in these episodes, just please, by any means, let me know. Say, hey, man, you know, I know there's a whole other section of this you ain't even touched. Okay, well, evidently I didn't know about it. So if you get a chance, you can comment or email me, okay? Preferably probably email, because I know a lot of people don't like to be, you know, commenting on, you know, videos and stuff like that where all their comments could be seen. Some people are more private. Anyways, we'll start out with this, okay? The Beast of Bladenboro refers to a creature responsible for a string of deaths amongst Bladenboro, North Carolina animals in the winter of 1953 to 1954. According to witnesses and trackers, it was likely a wildcat species, but its identity was ultimately not definitively confirmed. According to reports, the animal commonly crushed or decapitated its victims, which were mostly dogs. Let me stop right there. I don't give a damn if this is a wildcat or not. There's no wildcat gonna crush a damn dog's skull. Let's just be straight up with it, okay? I'm a straight shooter about this stuff. Do you honestly think a wildcat? I don't give a damn if it's a mountain lion, a cougar, even a tiger. I mean, maybe like a tiger, a lion, something like that. They probably could, because they're the bigger ones in the food chain, and they have a lot of jaw pressure and force. They could probably literally crush a dog's skull. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. I would think that's... But like a smaller wildcat, let's say like a bobcat, a lynx, even a cougar. Let's go up to a cougar, because a cougar is just a smaller version of a lion, really. I don't know. I don't quite know their jaw pressures and their forces, but probably a cougar, maybe might have enough. But I'm not quite sold on that. I'm not buying it. You know. Anyways, let's continue on. Okay, we're going to talk about the deaths. Okay, now the first animal deaths possibly related to the beast of Bladenboro were reported on December 29th, 1953. Witnesses described a creature that was sleek, black, and about 5 foot or 1.5 meters long, which killed a dog in Clarkton, North Carolina, approximately 8 miles or 13 kilometers from Bladenboro. Now, on December 31st of 1953, 2 dogs belonging to a resident of Bladenboro were found dead with a significant amount of blood near their kennels. Their owner reported that the dogs were torn to ribbons and crushed. My dogs put up a good fight. There was blood all over the porch, big puddles of it, and there was a pool of saliva on the porch. It killed one dog at 10:30 and left it lying there. My dad wrapped the dog up in a blanket. That thing came back and got that dog, and nobody's seen the dog since. At 1:30 in the morning, it came back and killed the other dog and took it off. We found it 3 days later in a hedgerow. The top of one of the dog's heads was torn off, and its body was crushed and wet, like it had been in that thing's mouth. The other dog's lower jaw was torn off. Oh my God. You tell me what could do this. All right? Start getting your gears turning here, because I'm telling you that something strange about these encounters. Like this, it's just strange. It's not a normal. It's not normal. Okay, the following day, on January 1st, 1954, 2 more dogs were found dead at Bladenboro Farm, and on the night of January 2nd, 1954, a day after, a farmer reported that a dog of his had been killed. 2 more dogs were found dead on January 3rd, 1954. An autopsy was performed on one of the dogs, and it was reported that there wasn't more than 2 or 3 drops of blood in him. Now it's starting to get a little stranger, isn't it? We're looking at something like the daggone, what the hell's that? The damn chupacabra, right? The vampire, the goat sucker. That's kind of what you look. If you only got 2 or 3 drops of blood in an animal, that's not possible. I mean, that is not. No, that doesn't even make no damn sense. And honestly, think about this. If it's leaving the corpses there and it's all mangled and bloodied and beaten, or what, well, not bloodied because they sucked all the blood out. But if they're leaving the corpses there, then it's not trying to get the meat of the animal. So whatever, who knows what in the hell kind of creature this is. It's sucking all the blood out of them. Is that what it does? It's just vampiric. It just sucks the blood out of these creatures for sustenance, for nutrients. You know, what does that? I mean, yeah, there's vampiric creatures on Earth. I mean, hell, there's man-eating plants, and there's this and there's that, and we can even go into that stuff. Now we're going down another rabbit hole. But the point is, think about this with common sense, okay? You have numerous dogs, numerous animals that have been killed, okay? And they did an autopsy on it. They're telling them that there's only 2 or 3 drops of blood in it. How the hell is that possible? I mean, it's almost like as if somebody would have stuck a damn IV or something in their veins and just took a pump and just sucked all their blood out. That makes absolutely no sense. It don't add up. You know, the math's not mathing here, guys. Come on. Anyways, the victim's bottom lip had been broken up broken open and his jawbone smashed back. I'm sorry to laugh. But this is just, none of this adds up. It doesn't make no sense. Does it make sense to you? If it does, let me know, because I want to know what the hell's going on here. Give me a second here, guys. I just need to... Uh-oh, I dropped my pen. Okay. All right. Now, as I said, there's only 2 or 3 drops of blood in him. The victim's bottom lip had been broken open, and his jawbone smashed back. Man, that's weird. That is so freaking weird. I mean, it's almost, if his jawbone was smashed back, it's almost like whatever it was is like a, almost like a, it would have to have a strength like a, damn, like a gorilla or something. Wouldn't you think? It would have to have like, it would have to be like monkey-like or something, where it has hands like us. Where it could, you just grip it. Like, if you ever watched, have you ever watched the King Kong movie where he did that to the dinosaur? He grabbed it by the mouth and just broke its jaw, and he's just flopping it around. That's what this is reminding me of. This is like, that's basically kind of like what would have to have happened for something to do this to this poor dog. I mean, what other creature out there has that? And I'm telling you right now, as far as I know, from my knowledge, a lion, a tiger, a bear, a cougar, they don't have the well, maybe a bear might be able to. I don't, maybe a bear might. But other than the other ones, they can't grip like a monkey, like an orangutan or a silverback gorilla or something like that. They can't do that. It's like, you know, something with like opposable thumbs or something like that, where they can just grab it and rip it. That's what would have had to have happened for this poor dog to have its jawbone smashed clear back. Like, come on, man. Whatever this is, it has immense force to do that. It's not no slouch when it comes to the strength. Period. I don't care what anyone says. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move forward. Enough of my rambling, but I want to bring these points up because I want you to start thinking about these and say, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. You know, what could do this? That's what we're here for. We're here to learn. We're here to try to get our minds going, to think about things. Now, okay, the next we're going to talk about, it says, it's the same thing. It says, further deaths were reported in the subsequent days on the night of January 5th, 1954. So you're talking in a span, literally in a span of days. All this crap's happening. And this beast is not caught. It's never heard. They're not alerted. What in the hell could do that? Because it's got to be, whatever this is it's almost as though it's stealthy like a big cat, but it's strong like a ape creature or something. You know, what's doing this? What could be doing this? Let me know what you think it is. Okay? But on the night of January 5th, 1954, a pet rabbit was found cleanly decapitated. Decapitated, right? And still warm. And on January 7th, a dead dog was found in a pasture near the Bladenboro swamp. A goat was also reported to have died with its head flattened. Oh, man. You guys, you got to help me with this one, because this is going to drive me nuts thinking about this one. What in the hell flattens a goat's head? And what tears a dog's jaw, you know, back? It smashes it back. Just, what could have that strength? What could have the ability, the capability to even do that? And how in the hell is it doing it quiet to where no dogs are alerted? I mean, it's killing a dog. You think the dog ain't gonna give up and just not bark? I mean, that's instinctual for a dog. They're gonna bark, right? Now I could see a rabbit, you know, maybe they're gonna make noise even too. They're going to squeal and make all kind of noise. Even a goat. You know, this just boggles my mind. This is a good one to do because it's very peculiar, this case, or these cases. Anyway. Give me 1 second here, guys. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and go into the next section. It says encounters and descriptions, okay? So let's go ahead and move forward. And while we're moving along, just think about some of these things I'm telling you right now, okay? I want your theories. I want your honest opinions. I want to hear it from you guys, okay? Now, one local described the animal as about 4.5 feet or 1.4 meters long, bushy and resembling either a bear or a panther. Okay? Now, while another person describing it as small and noted that there was a little one just like it. So there was two of them from their account. There was a smaller one running beside it. Another local described hearing a strange noise, like a baby crying. Though he did not see the animal, he estimated it was close to 150 pounds or 70 kilograms the way it went through the bushes. So this person must have been a hunter of some sort. This eyewitness must have been a hunter of sorts to be able to claim, you know, to gauge it to that point. Okay? Obviously, they knew it was a bigger creature going through these bushes. Another account detailed in a local newspaper contained the following physical description. It was about 20 inches or 50 centimeters high, which is high to the shoulders, right? If it's walking on four legs, right? It had a long tail, about 14 inches or 35 centimeters, and the color of it was dark. It had a face exactly like a cat. Only, I ain't ever seen a cat that big. Quote, it was walking around stealthily, sneaky. Okay? There you go. There goes the whole no dogs being alerted. That's that theory. So let's say it is a cat, right? Now, if it's a damn cat, how is it grabbing a hold of a dog's jaw and pulling it apart and just like breaking it? How's it doing it? Explain that to me. If this isn't a mystery, I don't know what is. Okay? Now, a group of hunters from Wilmington spent that night tracking the creature for 3 miles or 4.8 kilometers, for all my UK friends, around swampland. I'm trying to do this so we can all relate to each other as to the distance. Okay? I try to be thorough with this. Now, that was around the swampland. According to them, the tracks showed claws at least an inch, 2.5 centimeters long, and indicated an 80 to 90 pound or 35 to 40 kilogram animal. The beast's circling movement suggested it might have had offspring or a mate nearby, the hunter said. So that would make sense. It was trying to throw them off the track. It didn't want them to follow them back to their den or wherever. So it was probably just circling around the swamp, which is smart. So you know this creature is not stupid by any means. It's not. It hasn't been seen. It hasn't been, no one's been alerted to it. There's been sightings of it, but ain't nobody ever, you know, knowing that this is an area where you got a lot of hunters, ain't nobody shot this thing. Of course, so far, anyways, nobody, from what we're reading here, okay? But it's evidently stealthy, so it is like a cat. It's definitely like a feline as far as that goes. But you have other aspects that tell you that it's not, which is confusing. So is this a whole other species of animal that we don't even know, that we've never encountered? Is it something where there's just something simple we're missing, you know, that we're not looking into? Maybe you guys maybe you'll be the one to pinpoint what's going on here, what's missing. Okay? But what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to really think about this and figure out what in the hell's going on here. Okay? Now, there's been different sightings, newer ones, as I said. I'm going to go ahead and go through the newer ones, the more modern ones, at the end. This damn gnat he's kicking me in the butt, man. You know what? It's always that one, isn't it? Always that one. Anyways, on January 5th, the beast was witnessed attacking a dog, which ran away and was not found. So it attacked a dog, which ran away, and that one, well, maybe he wasn't so lucky. Because if he was never found after that, this creature must have tracked it down, and he probably took it out. But it says tracks were seen along. Let's just continue. I'm sorry, I get on these tangents. I'm so sorry, you guys. Tracks were seen along a creek bank near one of the attack sites. There were 2 sets of prints, and one was smaller. So that kind of corroborates the witness that said that they saw a larger one and a smaller one, as though it was like it had offspring. Okay? Maybe this is what it's doing. Maybe it's going around and it's teaching its offspring how to kill. You know, it's that because that's nature. That's what all animals do that. Bears, it don't matter. Any predatory animals, they do that. It's just nature. So that falls in line with that. Okay? So let's go. We got the fact that it's stealthy, it's sneaky. It doesn't alarm any dogs, anything like that. So the people aren't alarmed to what's going on, right? You also got the fact that there's been 2 of them witnessed. There's a larger one and a smaller one. So it's as though it has offspring. So this could be a good, feasible, man, back off. Anyhow, that could be very well what it is. It's the adult teaching the younger one, the adolescent, to hunt. Okay? Maybe the adolescent took... I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say that the rabbit that was killed might have been from the adolescent. Maybe that was his first kill. Okay? Because if you notice, all the other ones are larger animals that have been killed. And I'm assuming, this is my assumption now, as of right now, from what we read, that I'm thinking the adult killed all these dogs, and it's going through and it's just killing them, and it's trying to teach the young one how to hunt so it can survive. Tell me if I'm wrong. Does this kind of not jive? Does it not add up? What do you think? Now, okay, later that day, in the early evening, another resident described a big mountain lion near some dogs 3 houses down. Now, holy shit. Now we're getting... Okay. There we go. A big mountain lion. Okay, or what they seem to assimilate as a mountain lion there is what they claim they saw. And it was near some dogs. So that puts it in the vicinity of dogs where it could have... Now, let's read on and see whether or not these dogs was killed and whatever. The creature ran toward her, but turned and fled when she screamed outside her home. The tracks left in the dirt road were bigger than a silver dollar, according to Police Chief Flores. Oh, well, that's some big prints there, bigger than a silver dollar. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of leans towards it's a lot of it's leaning towards something like that, like a mountain lion. But then you have that contradictory evidence, as I've kept continually point out, with the dog that has the broken jaw, like it did. It was just smashed and snapped. It was pulled back. Like, I don't see a mountain lion doing that. I'm sorry, I don't see that happening. But anyways, let's continue on because I'm dragging this on a little bit more than I should. A young boy named Dalton Norton reported seeing what he called a big cat on January 6th, which made a noise like a baby crying on his porch before leaving. So this damn thing was up on his porch making a noise like a baby crying? All right, well, I mean, there's animals that do that. They'll make them kind of noises. Now, I'm not too in touch with exactly which ones. You know, if you know, throw it down below. You know, just let us know. Come on, man. You know, we want to know what your theories are. What do you expect? What do you think this is? It's insane. This is wild. I mean, it really is. Now, think about it in terms of this. Okay? Put yourself in the shoes of these people that live in this community, where, you know, or communities where this is stretched out through. It's going to put the fear of God in you. You're going to wonder. You're not going to want to go outside at night. If your dogs are getting mutilated and your rabbits and goats and all this shit's getting killed, trust me, I don't care how brave you are. Take your gun out there, yeah. You ain't going to see it coming because evidently whatever this is, it is a predator. And it's an alpha predator. This is a top predator that will kill you and not hesitate to do so. Obviously not. I mean, if it doesn't alert dogs, so the people even know it's there, how the hell are you going to know there if it's there if you go out in the woods or go out off your porch and, you know, you're looking around, you hear noise around the house. Let's just say you do hear noise, which you won't. According to all the evidence, it's pointing to this thing being very, very quiet. So, that poor kid had to be scared. Well, I don't know if it's a kid or a young boy, it said. So he was a young boy. He must have been in his house and he heard this on the porch. Probably scared the living shit out of him. It scared the shit out of any adult, I'm sure. So, oh man. Because I know for a fact, like, you got mountain lions and stuff like that, they'll sound like a woman screaming. And if I'm wrong, you tell me. Put it down below if I'm wrong. But I know that's the facts. That is the fact. They will scream like a woman. So could it be maybe the baby creature doing this? Sound like a baby crying? Maybe because it lost its way. It's trying to get its mother back to it or something. I mean, does that make sense? Okay. So let's move forward. On January 11th, 2 cars stopped for an animal reported to be 4 foot or 1.2 meters long. One of the men in the cars was quoted as saying the animal had runty looking ears. So the ears must have been small compared to the head size. Is what I'm getting from that. And was brownish and tabby. Okay, so that must have been the color of it, brownish and tabby. Okay, so now we're going back. We're going back to the night of one night on January the 3rd. Police Chief Roy Flores searched for the creature with his dogs, but they would reportedly not follow the trail. That's odd. Dogs usually follow the trail of anything. I don't give a damn. Even bear. I mean, they'll follow trail of just about anything. Half a dozen brave youths and their dogs then spent January 4th searching for the creature, while that night Flores and 8 to 10 other officers conducted their own hunt. Hunters who traveled to Bladenboro from Wilmington also searched for the beast that evening, reportedly tracking it for 3 miles or 4.8 kilometers around the swamp. On the night of January 5th, more than 500 people and dogs hunted through the woods and swamps for the creature. That's ridiculous, y'all. 500 people hunting for this damn thing? That's a lot. It's a damn surprise ain't nobody shot somebody. Because when you get a party that big, a lot of incidents could happen. People get spooked real easily. They could hear a damn barn owl hoot and start shooting, popping off shots. That's just my rant there. On January 6th, more than 800 people turned out to the hunt for the beast in the swamps. Good Lord. This is getting even bigger. Flores planned to tie up dogs as bait to lure the creature out, but this plan was not put into action. The hunt itself was also ended by officials due to safety concerns. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give a damn. I know this is a pretty serious situation, but don't do that shit. Don't. If you got something going, don't tie your dogs up for bait, because the poor thing could end up getting chomped on. You know what I mean? You may not be able to save that dog. Or whatever, you know? That's not good, man. We can't do that shit. That ain't right. It's not. Animals got rights too, y'all. They got rights too. But on January 7th, another 800 to 1,000 people gathered to hunt the creature. Man, this hunt is getting massive. Massive. During the evening of the 8th, 4 fraternity brothers from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill were the only reported hunters. So on the 8th, there was only 4 of them. Mayor Fussell officially called off the hunt unless the creature made another obvious kill or there was legitimate sighting. The armed hunting parties of previous nights had become too large for safety. There we go. And Flores received a telegram from a human society in Asheville, North Carolina, protesting his plan to stake out dogs as bait for the creature. So there you go. On January 13th, Luther Davis, a local farmer, found a bobcat struggling with a steel trap in Big Swamp, 4 miles or 6.4 kilometers from the city, and shot it in the head. Woodrow Fussell, the mayor of Bladenboro, told newspapers that the beast of Bladenboro had been found and killed. However, it has been questioned whether such a small cat could have killed and mangled the dogs. On the same day, this is a lot of action in one day, Bruce Souls from Tabor City was leaving Bladenboro when he hit a cat with his vehicle. According to reports, it was spotted like a leopard and about 20 to 24 inches or 50 to 60 centimeters high and weighed between 75 and 90 pounds, which would be 35 to 40 kilograms. He took the cat home with him to Tabor City. I'm sorry if my pronunciations is wrong. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. Yet a third man, professional hunter and guide Barry Lewis, is credited in some newspapers as having killed the animal. There were conflicting reports about whether it was Davis's or Lewis's cat the Mayor Fussell photographed and sent out to the press, which I do have that picture. Okay? It's on here. In the beginning, you'll see it. Lewis was reportedly hunting in a different part of Bladen County when he shot and killed his bobcat. Now, we're going to go into the speculation. Man, there's a lot of speculation on this one. A lot. Now, okay, let's do this. Many reported accounts describe the beast of Bladenboro as feline, but do not agree on any one species. The animal has been described as resembling either a bear or panther. Wilmington hunter S.W. Garrett also claimed to have heard the creature scream while hunting and likened it to that of a panther. Now, that's some serious business. And we're getting into mountain lions, panther, whatever, it's dangerous territory. Harry Davis, curator at the Raleigh State Museum, has said that a panther never occurs in this country and was of the opinion that it might have actually been a coyote. So that's his opinion, okay? One local resident claimed the beast had tracks like those of a dog, but also said, I've never seen a dog that large. Now, Chief Flores was also reported as believing the beast to be a wolf. He said that old folks say they remember seeing wolves in the Bay Swamp area and talk about them every now and then. Now, C.E. Kinlaw described the creature as looking like a big mountain lion when it charged her on January 5th. A mountain lion is the term typically used west of Mississippi for cougar. So cougar and mountain lion are interchangeably the same, in essence. Okay? The game warden of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, Sam Colberth, said that the tracks he investigated indicated a catamount, which this is yet another name for cougar, which that's news to me. I've never heard catamount. Okay? But there you go. You got 3 terms for cougar. All right? Mountain lion, cougar, and catamount. Now let's go to the next page here. Let's see what else we got on this damn thing. Other people describe the animal as likely being a wolverine, which those things are vicious. There's a lot of animals that don't play with a wolverine. They will tear something up right now. But, keep it in the back of your mind. Do wolverines literally drain all the blood out of an animal? This is a question I don't know. I'm actually asking you guys. So if you know, let me know. But I don't see that. I don't see them doing that kind of thing. Now, while others speculated that the creature may have been a wild police dog. Now we're throwing a lot of speculations in here now. A.R. Stanton, a man from Lumberton, North Carolina, thought that the beast of Bladenboro was a German Shepherd and hound mix named Big Boy that he gave to a Native American boy who lived along the edge of Big Swamp. Big Boy was dark and had a long bushy tail. Stanton claimed Big Boy was capable of leaping over a 6-foot or 1.8 meter fence and killed chickens from time to time. Okay, so yeah, that would be understandable, but I don't see a German Shepherd randomly going out and just killing other dogs, crushing their skulls. Come on, there's no German Shepherd doing that. I'm sorry, that's off my list. I'm sorry. Lumberton veterinarian N.G. Baird said that it was very feasible that Big Boy was responsible for the attacks. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt it. Baird also said that it was possible Big Boy or another dog could have killed the other dogs and lapped up blood rather than sucking it. Okay. All right, let's go in that theory. They lapped up all the blood. Okay. But let's be honest. Anytime there's a kill, okay, it don't matter what it is, all that blood is not draining out of that body. Period. It's not going to happen. When you got somebody doing an autopsy says there's only 2 or 3 drops of blood in the entire body, there's no way in hell that that dog lapped up all that blood. There's no way, because it didn't come all out. And for it to be, you would assume, now this is assumption, and you know what they say about assuming, right? Makes an ass out of you and me. So, when we assume this dog did this, right? It killed the animal, okay, and it lapped up all the blood. Let's just say it all leaked out of the body. It lapped it all up. Okay. Dogs will eat their kill. Period. I don't know of any instances where they haven't. They will drag it off. I mean, a dog in essence is a wolf. They're descended from wolves. They still have that primal instinct to them, right? Whether they're domesticated or not, they still have that. They still have that tendency. So, why is all these bodies just, I don't know. There's some of them that's disappeared that they haven't found, which, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, maybe they dragged them off. Whether it's a wolf, a cougar, a mountain lion, whatever. and they dragged certain ones off. Maybe that was just for the baby, because according to the sightings, they said there's one larger and one smaller. Okay, so there you go. That would be why they would probably drag off the other, whatever ones that disappeared, because who knows where in the hell they're at. More than likely, that's probably what they did. They dragged it off, but there was no signs of where it would have taken it or whatever, according to all this information. So who knows? Now we're going to go into the legacy. All right. Literature about the events of the winter of 1953 and 1954 tends towards skepticism, particularly because of the publicity involved for the town through the sensational news reports. Okay? Now, Mayor Woodrow Fussell, who operated the town theater, went to Charlotte, North Carolina on January 6th to book the film The Big Cat for a day. Fussell told an interviewer that he believed the creature to be a hoax, even though he was the one who called the Wilmington papers about the dead dogs. He found the manner of their deaths strange and said that a little publicity never hurts a town, which is true. Okay, that is true. But I don't know what to make of him. I'm just trying to grasp this stuff. Now, we're going to go ahead and talk about a one-armed sign painter tailored his art to fit the sensationalism surrounding the incidents in 1954, making bumper plates proclaiming home of the Bladenboro beast. On the morning of December 15th, 1954, on a tenant farm near Robeson Memorial Hospital, 5 medium-sized pigs and 3 chickens were found dead with crushed skulls. 3 of the pigs had legs torn apart from their bodies. Strangely enough, no blood was evident, indicating the killer employed the same blood-sucking traits as the Bladenboro beast. The next day, a stray dog was killed, which the county dog warden said was most probably the killer from the day before, even though the tracks found at the farm were not compared to the dead dogs, and it was not explained how the dog could have reached the chickens, which were reportedly roosting in a tree. Figure that one out. Boost the Borough, a community booster for Bladenboro, holds an annual Beast Fest in which the Beast of Bladenboro, or B.O.B., serves as mascot. Boost the Borough makes use of the Beast's sensational history amongst locals to generate excitement for the community event. Okay, so that's a little tidbit there for you. Now, we're going to go into some of the newer stuff, all right? And I'm sorry, because these notes here are going to be a little bit squirrely, because I was watching a show. I can't remember the daggone name of it. It was a History Channel thing. But it's had some of the more recent attacks. Like, I'm going to say it was... now, don't quote me, okay, by any means. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was roughly around the late 90s, 2000s when the killing started up again. So it's fairly recent, okay? Now, what I got written down here, I'm going to go ahead and go through, and you can roast me for it or not. I don't care. North Carolina, in 6 months, there was 50 pets and livestock killed, 200 miles apart. Okay? 200 miles apart. So whatever this is, it travels. And it travels a distance. They said it was a dark brown beast, 4 foot 6 inches long, face like a cat, claws like a dog, and teeth like a vampire. It crushes skulls and sucks blood from the victims, which we've talked about. So 50 plus years ago, 1954, they hunted the beast, which we've talked about. They lit up the swamp with lights. A lady seen the beast stalking towards her 20 feet away, and she went back in the house and it left, which we discussed already. But strange tracks were left there. Now, local dogs and goats over 60 were killed, and this is in the recent ones. Tom Paget, biologist, said he's not sure. He's not sure. It's unknown. It's an unknown creature or animal. Now in Bolivia, there was Ray Ray. A pit bull was killed and gutted. The owner buried it, but the following day it was dug up and placed in the spot it was originally found. He thinks it frequents forests or swamps, or they think it frequents forests and swamps. Okay, now they also did a necropsy. There was a necropsy done on Coco, a victim of the beast, which was a 2-year-old, 120-pound pit bull. Put that in perspective, y'all. Okay. The necropsy said it had spinal trauma. The dog had spinal trauma and blood loss. It was inconclusive. What did this? So they couldn't pinpoint definitively what did this. Now in Lexington, goats were being killed. All of the goats' throats were ripped open and the blood sucked out of all of them. There was over 30 goats and sheep that were killed. Now explain that. Explain that. Tell me that's not mysterious. Now, let's go to Greensboro. Greensboro, there was more goats that were killed. They had a bite in the neck, and no dogs were alerted. There were dogs on the property, and they weren't even alerted. Makes you think, don't it? So, it said, and as they continuously say, the beast makes noises like a baby crying, etc. And on this show, they played audio recordings for these people that had heard this beast. Okay, they played audio recordings of like a black bear, a coyote, a tiger, and things like that. And when they played these recordings, okay, they had them confirm which one that it sounded like. And this witness, the sound that they heard, likened it to the sound of a tiger. That's weird. Now could it be a cougar? I mean, the cougar has the strength, but no evidence they are living in North Carolina. It doesn't mean they're not, by any means. But people claim to see them up and down the seaboard. So there you go. People do claim to see them. Someone captured a photo of a cougar. You know, could it be a cougar, mountain lion, bobcat, coyote, or is it something unknown to us? You know, that's the whole thing. You know, like, is it just something that we don't know about? What do you guys think? I mean, honestly, I'm going to tell you, a lot of this evidence, it's the evidence that we have available to us. It is pointing towards a big cat. Period. And they even said it has a feline face. But then they said it has like dog-like tracks. What in the hell has dog-like tracks but has a feline face? And what has the strength to crush a skull? I mean, whatever this is, it would have to have tremendous jaw pressure. It would have to. But, as I pointed out, time and time again, you have that one certain instance that they talk about that dog had his jaw just snapped. Like, how? I don't even see a mountain lion doing that. It has to have something that's got like the opposable thumbs, almost like an ape, that would have the strength and the ability to be able to wrap his fingers around his top, upper, and lower jaw and just yank and rip it and have the force to do so. I mean, this is just insane, you guys. This was one hell of a story, man. I mean, I don't understand. I can't grasp what do you guys think's going on here? Let us know, man. Me and Noodle want to know. We're curious about this one, as we are with all of them, really. But this one's intriguing. It's very, very interesting. And if you get a chance, I don't know if it's like, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say maybe the show that I watched, it might have been like Monster Quest or one of those that was on History Channel. So I'm sure you can find something that has the Bladenboro beast in it. And if you do, you know, you find any other tidbits that I don't know about or whatever, and you want to add to or whatever, and if we get enough information, we'll do a second part to this, all right? But as it stands right now, this is what we got on the Bladenboro Beast. Okay? And I hope you guys enjoyed this show, because this one was, it's very interesting. Very interesting. But anyways, you guys have a great day or night, whatever time of day or night it is where you're at. And like we always say, live, laugh, and love. Because tomorrow isn't promised to any of us. You have a good day or night. And we'll see you on the next one.